Hey guys, welcome back to Ladies of Lavender. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like to join the Ladies of Lavender family. Alrighty, so for today's video, we are going to talk about cramps. This is the video that you guys decided you wanted to see, so let's get right into it. So let's talk about what cramps actually are. So menstrual cramps, or dysmenorrhea, is the throbbing or cramping of the lower abdomen area. So this would happen a little bit before or during your period. Cramps start 1 to 3 days before your period, and they usually peak 24 hours after you've started your cycle. You can have cramps all throughout your period, but the average is 2 to 3 days. So what do menstrual cramps feel like? Cramps usually feel like this dull, continuous ache in your abdomen, but you can also have cramps in your lower back or thigh area. Some cramps can be so severe that people have trouble participating in normal life. People also experience nausea, headaches, loose stools, and dizziness. These symptoms are completely normal, but if they become extreme or hard for you to bear, make sure to check with your doctor. So what are some warning signs when you really do need to check in with your doctor? So if your menstrual cramps are preventing you from participating in normal life, then you definitely need to see a doctor. And when I say that, I mean, some women have trouble actually standing because the pain is so severe. Some women have trouble walking for long distances, stuff like that. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, just make sure to talk to your doctor and be honest with what you're dealing with. They might be able to prescribe you some kind of medication to help you when you get menstrual cramps, or you could have some underlying health condition that makes your menstrual cramps even worse. Don't be worried, menstrual cramps are completely normal and almost every person who has a period gets menstrual cramps. What do we do when we're having menstrual cramps? So the first option is a heating pad. So this is probably one of the most common options for dealing with cramps. My heating pad was from Walgreens and it simply looks like this. Pretty long, and on every heating pad it'll have a little remote where you can control how hot your pad gets, and you can use a heating pad multiple different ways. I really like using them on my inner thigh area because I get really bad cramps on my thighs too. So you can wrap it around your lower abdomen, or you can put it on your lower back. All ways are extremely effective, but it's wherever you need the heating pad. And like you saw before, they can be easily wrapped up like this, and then you wrap the cord, and they're just plugged in and they can be stored really easily. And they're also not that expensive, so I would definitely recommend getting one if you do struggle with menstrual cramps. So heating pad is a really good option, but what do you do when you're at school, or what do you do if you're at work? So let's talk about medications that you can take to help with period cramps. Probably one of the most popular is Advil. If you're thinking about taking medication to your school and carrying it in your backpack, you do need to find out what your school's policy is for carrying medication. Some schools do not let you carry medications such as Advil and Tylenol, so make sure you check with the front desk or your school's nurse to make sure that you have permission to carry a little bit of Advil just in case you're hit with cramps. Now, if you're not allowed to carry medication, there's a good chance that the school nurse or front desk will carry Tylenol, Midol, and Advil. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're feeling really bad menstrual cramps. They're there to help you. The other medication that I would definitely recommend looking into if you're having menstrual cramps is Midol. Midol is literally invented for battling menstrual cramps. It's kind of like Advil and caffeine. That's kind of what it is, and so it gives you some energy, but it also takes away the cramps. So I got this from, I think, CVS, and it was cheaper than getting Midol, but it's practically the same thing, and it's acetaminophen, so just look for that in the store if you don't want to buy the Midol brand. But definitely recommend getting that to take with you to school, or taking one before school. You don't want to take this before you go to bed because, again, it has caffeine. So I would go with an Advil or Tylenol before you go to sleep. And the last one is Tylenol. I mentioned these a few times. So Tylenol is also a really good option. I've never really used Tylenol, so I can't really speak on it, but it works just like Advil. And now we're going to kind of go back to the heating pad situation. So let's say you don't have a heating pad or a heated blanket. Another really cool period hack I learned was taking a empty plastic water bottle and filling it up with really hot water. It's not as effective as a heating pad, but it works. So let's say that you don't like taking medications like Midol or Advil, and you also can't carry a large heating pad around with you at school. I would recommend going to CVS or Walgreens and getting those really small hand warmers. They're like this big and they come in little wrappers, and you I think you like rub them together or something and it warms up. You can get these and maybe put it in the front of your pants just while you're having a class, and then take it out obviously when you're walking. You can also put it on your back. I mean, this isn't the perfect option, but it's better than having to carry a large heating pad and plugging it in. Make a schedule if you decide to take medication. So most medications only last about 6 hours. So you want to check on your medication bottle and see how long it lasts. So you might not have cramps all day, but if you're like me, I had really bad cramps every single day on my period all day, and it really didn't end until my period was over. So I would recommend making out, a little list or a schedule to say, I took this pill at this time, so I can take one again at this time. Another thing that you can do when you get home is just take a nice relaxing bath and make sure to get a good night's sleep on your period, because rest can definitely help your body. So I got all of my research from the Mayo Clinic. I really hope I said that right. Anyway, so if you're interested in reading up on it yourself, I left a link down below, so make sure to check that out. I also included a video that describes actually how cramps happen, and they kind of show you like with a little figure. So if you're interested in actually going into how cramps work and what causes them, make sure to click on that video. It's really awesome, and I'll leave it down below. So that's it for today's video, but make sure to subscribe and like if you haven't already, and follow us on Instagram. We could really use y'all's support. Even if you don't need to watch our videos, we need your support by subscribing to us or liking our videos, because that way we can get recommended to people who actually need to see our videos and hear our information. So thank you so much to everyone who's already supported us. We're really thankful. On our Instagram, we give you guys a heads up on what video we're gonna post. And like I said last week, we're trying to start up donations again, so we'll leave information on how to donate feminine products to us. And we've also started to do more of like a participation activities where we ask you guys to leave recommendations for videos, or we get you guys to ask questions for our Let's Talk About It series. You can DM us on Instagram at Ladies of Lavender if you have any period related questions. You can also email us at ladiesoflavender20@gmail.com, or you could leave a comment down below. For some reason, YouTube keeps glitching and making our comment section disappear. We're trying to fix that, so if you can't leave a comment down below, you have other options. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I'll see y'all next week.